Well, I'm pretty sure most of you have been in the situation where you're about to take a test or you're going somewhere like a vacation, and you know you're prepared well for it and everything's going to be fine, but you always have to find something that could go wrong, even something like totally ridiculous that you know won't happen, but you think it's going to happen to you. So this is why I agree with the quote, "A pessimist is a man who looks both ways before crossing a one-way street." I think a lot of us, well, basically all of us, some more than others, always have to find something wrong to go with something that you know is going to go fine. For example, I have a friend who, it's always kind of such a bummer being with them sometimes because we're doing something fun or just hanging out. You always have to find something to complain about or something that's not going right. It's just like, you know, we're having fun, there's nothing wrong. I don't see what's the point of complaining about something. Another perfect example would be like planning the speech. I had no idea which one to talk about. This one I guess I could relate to more. And then Anthony came in and I felt like I was like a patient about to go into surgery or something. And he was just like, "It's time." But yeah, I think, and I mean, I knew I was going to do fine. I knew that I would end up coming up with something, and I would end up taking up enough time. But I still had that like thought of what if my voice cracks or something like that. But basically, this is why I agree with the term, "A pessimist is a man who looks both ways before crossing a one-way street." Even if we're not a total pessimist, we always seem to find ways to, I guess, put ourselves down in great situations that we are in. And I think if we just try to forget about those and overlook them, we'll be fine. Thanks.
You should be like, stand next to me. What?
All right, Isaac, I like the attention device. You got a nice transition to the thesis. You do have a point of view. There's not a preview of what the content's going to be. When you get to the speech, you have a couple of points that you're making. Obviously, the audience responds pretty well to some of the things that you're talking about. And so once you get that kind of response, it's a lot easier to engage the audience. And I thought you did a good job with that, looking at them, smiling them, reacting to them, and you know, letting the flow go there. So that's exactly the kind of thing that you're looking for. There's good variety in your voice. There are basically no gestures. You've got that piece of paper held between your two thumbs and your fingers most of the time. I think you let go of it once while I was watching you. The rest of the time, I think that's where maybe, if there is any anxiety, it's in the way you're gripping the paper, and also that there's not a lot of movement. It looks like you are a little bit less involved that way. Although, like I said, with your face and your audience contact, that didn't seem to be a problem, so I thought it compensated pretty well. You had a thoughtful idea toward the end, and I thought you had a pretty good summary and exit at the end of the speech. Thank you.